Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Siobhan, and so I decided to go ahead and just keep the ball moving with the whole little makeup video thing. The last one that I did was kind of fun, so I'm gonna do another one today. And please excuse me while I adjust the camera, but this one's gonna be about applying liquid foundation. I do wear mineral powder as well, but I also wear liquid foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that today. So just to brief you guys on what I use on my skin, because a lot of people always ask me whenever they watch my reviews, what is it that I use on a daily basis on my skin, and that is Mary Kay. I'm actually a Mary Kay beauty consultant and have been for over 8 years, and I've always used their products. So this is basically like my bare face. I don't have any makeup on. All I have on are basically the moisturizers that I use after I cleanse my skin. So just in case if you guys missed the last video, just to brief you, I use Mary Kay 3-in-1 cleanser. I have combination oily skin, so I use the cleanser to cleanse my face, and then this is my moisturizer that I use once I'm done basically like washing up, brushing my teeth and all that stuff. I put on my moisturizer and my sunscreen, which is Mary Kay's. It's called Day Solution. It has other things in it besides just sun protection. And so it's really one of my favorite things to actually put on. Now, one thing that I'm going to show you guys, this is actually like the creme de la creme of moisturizers. And I say that because it does so many things for the skin. Number one, it's an added bonus moisturizer. Number two, it is oil-free and it actually hydrates the skin. And the last thing that it does is it just makes your foundation go on so smooth to the point where it just almost looks like you don't even have it on. And you guys are going to be able to see that at the end of the video, of course, once I'm done putting on the moisturizer. So this is what I'm talking about. It is Mary Kay's oil-free hydrating gel. Now, they actually do have one that's a cream, but that's for dry skin. And like I said at the beginning, I have combination oily skin. So this is what it looks like. It comes in this cute little jar, and it actually does look like a gel. It doesn't look like it's moisturizer, and I usually just take like a little dab, basically enough to cover like the top of my index finger. That's how much I use, and I put it all over the face after I have put on my moisturizer and sunscreen. And the reason why I don't put all of them together in my hand is because I really want the gel to dry and to absorb on top of the moisturizer and the sunblock so that I can get its maximum benefits. Because I've tried it before, like mixing all three of them together, and I don't get that same smooth, like silkiness that I do if I apply them separately. So I'm using, of course, Mary Kay's liquid foundation, and this is for combination to oily skin. And it is a matte wear. And basically what matte means is that it's not going to be really shiny, it doesn't look oily, and it should look very natural and light on top of the skin. So you will actually still be able to see the moles on my face. It's not going to cover those up because it's not thick like that. Now, of course, if I want to build it up, I can do that. It does have buildable coverage. So that's like a bonus. So what I do is I actually use one of the little sponges. I do have a foundation brush that I will use, but it's very rare. It's usually like if I'm trying to cover up, like let's say if I just so happen to have a breakout or something and I'm trying to cover it up, I may use the brush, and that's just because the brush gives you a kind of a different type of application than the sponge. But for every day, I do use your regular sponge that you can buy like a pack from Target, and I think it's like $2 or something like that for a pack. And I do try to use a fresh one every day, and that's just because when you are applying this to the skin, you know, it's picking up the moisturizer that you have on the face. So I just try to use a clean one every day. So let's go ahead and check out how I apply. I just put a dot, basically like in a diamond, excuse me. And I just start putting it on. Now, I'm going to make sure that I concentrate as far as like the sides of my face is concerned, like by my ears and down by the jawline. And that's because I don't want to have where it looks like a line. My number one goal when I put on makeup is for it to blend, period. I don't care what it is. Eyeshadow, blush, bronzer, whatever. I want it to blend on the skin, and I want it to look natural. And I really don't want it to look like I have on a whole mess of makeup. Now, I'm sure you guys can see that I'm making sure that I go around my nose. And that's just because a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever seen women before where they have on foundation. You can kind of tell if they haven't blended it into the hairline, like what I'm doing right now, or if they haven't blended it around the nose. You can see like a lot of the foundation, and then you can see like a line. And that's just, I don't know, it just takes a second or two to really blend it in. Now, you guys can see at this point I'm going over my eyelids, and of course I didn't put any foundation on my eyelids. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just basically stroking over that area, and if there's any excess foundation on the sponge, which of course you can't see it is, it's going to lightly blend that part in. I'm going to put on one more coat, and this is just because this just kind of just seals the deal. Like if I had left any area where maybe it wasn't as much coverage on the other. So I'm only going to apply just a half of the amount that I applied originally. And I'm still going to do it, put in the dots on my face, and then this time I'm going to put one on my nose. And I'm making sure this time that I go underneath. Now, I didn't do that the first time because I don't want to put a whole mess of foundation on my neck. So then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that it's smoothed all around my hairline. And I'm going to make sure that I smooth it by my ears. And that's because, you know, of course, the ears, they'll tell on you too if you didn't blend in. And we don't want that. And so basically what happens is when you get to the end and you're kind of done, you just kind of want to still just kind of smooth around the skin, because we don't really want to have any lines or any areas where maybe there's more foundation than the other. And so at this point, because the foundation has not dried all the way, it's still kind of movable. So you can just make sure that you just continue to blend it. So basically that's it. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference between my skin when I didn't have on the foundation and when I did, but it just basically makes it look more uniform. It looks more like it's all one color. I tend to be a little bit lighter underneath my eyes and maybe like on the outside part of the temples, like around the cheeks. So when I put on like the Matte Wear Foundation by Mary Kay, or even the mineral powder, I'm not looking to camouflage everything on my skin, cover up my moles. I'm not looking to do any of that. I just want to basically just make it look as natural as possible and even out my skin tone all over, so that way when I go to put my makeup on, I don't have on caked up makeup and you can't really tell and see if I have on blush or not, because I have so much foundation on my face. So that's basically it. Of course, I will have all the products listed at the bottom of the YouTube so that you guys can visit my website. That's www.marykay.com/Siobhan Sharp, and that's actually going to be on the bottom down there, so you'll be able to see it. Don't be in a hurry to write it down, and make sure that you guys stay beautiful and always keep a fresh looking face. Why not? Till next time, I'm going to put on the rest of my face and run some errands.